What's up, y'all? Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Please hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit them notifications so that you're able to get all of my content and as well as all of my videos. I want to give a shout out to the LDBC, the Lions Den basketball and boxing communities. In this case, we're talking hoops, okay? Now, everybody is riled up, about the reports about Klay, and I told y'all as promised I would come with the part 2 about this Klay and Steph Curry and Draymond Green situation. If you really want to go ahead and get technical, look, I don't believe that for one bit that Steph Curry would snake Klay like that. Okay, that's not in Steph Curry's character. I know some people are gonna come with, well, look what he did when he had asked Kevin Durant to come over there, and that whole situation, and with Draymond too, them talking and all that other stuff. That right there was a different situation. Okay, what this involves is someone that is seen as his brother, as his comrade, his guy that he went to war with, has lost and been successful with. Steph Curry is not going to snake Klay because, as I've said, it's not in his character to do something like that, okay? As a matter of fact, if he truly wanted to give up on Klay and do something like that to Klay, then he probably would have did that the year that they were going to compete for the championship, because in 22, because people got to realize, and even if he was going through what he went through in terms of, I'm talking about Klay, in terms of him getting back into the groove and everything, he probably would have off the clip right then and there. Another thing is I don't read too much into them not shaking hands on the court. The reason why, there's been a lot of players that have done it. Klay was frustrated. He already came out and he had apologized, and he said that he was clearly frustrated and everything. I don't think it was any type of malice involved on Steph Curry's part and anything. Do I believe that Steph Curry turned on Klay and all that stuff, all that nonsense? No. And I really don't even believe that Draymond Green did it either, because I'm gonna be real with you right here. I believe that if Steph Curry wanted to, he would have did everything that he could in his power, using his power in the wrong way to get rid of both Klay and as well as Draymond. And that's a fact, because there have been reports that they were growing tired of Draymond's obnoxiousness and some of the stuff that he was doing and stuff, and I like Draymond, what he brings to the table. I know a lot of people, they're like, how could you like Draymond and all this other stuff? I got my reasons for liking Draymond, okay? But there are a lot of things that I don't like about Draymond, but that's neither here nor there. Now, I'm going to tell you something else too. If anybody was going to try to flex their muscle or try to do anything or put a word in the ear, not to say that it's gonna do a whole lot, I believe that it would have been somebody like Steve Kerr, more so than Steph Curry. Even though that this is a players' league, I do believe that Steve Kerr would have been involved just as much as a guy like Steph Curry, or try to do something to, do some snake stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really believe that Steph Curry had a hand on it. And also, we got to look at it from this standpoint. These guys have been through a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And when Draymond did what he did, by getting into it with Jordan Poole, we all know how that went and stuff like that. Could have been, they could have did something then. And I'm talking about in Draymond's instance. Okay, there have been disagreements between all of them, and I'm talking about when we talk about Steph, Klay, Draymond, and Steve Kerr, because they're seen as that, as the main guys, as the the Fantastic Four, if you will. Okay, because they've been together longer than anybody on that Golden State squad. Now, I know some people are going to come at me and they're going to be like, well, you don't know what you're talking about straight, and you have no proof of that, and all this other stuff. Steph is not going to do anything like that. And I stand on that. Okay? And on top of that, we also got to look at it like this. With the whole LeBron situation and, the Lakers and all that stuff, the Lakers have always been interested in a guy like Klay Thompson, and vice versa. Klay Thompson had considered taking his talents to LA because his father had played for the organization. Okay, we had already had talks about that. Okay, so I don't like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the narratives and stuff that's being pushed, about, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, having friction and stuff like that. Because if we really want to be technical about this entire situation, like I said in the beginning, they would have probably got rid of Draymond more so than a guy like Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson had came out, and there were reports of this, that, he apologized, and he said he was frustrated because, listen, he hadn't been on the bench, I think, in 12 years. It's been 12 years since he came off the bench. So, like I said in the previous video talking about Klay Thompson, it's time for him to accept that role. And I know, but at the same token, I didn't say this. It's a tough pill to swallow to go from a starter to one of the main key guys to actually, and a lot of people are going to call it this, a demotion, being demoted to the bench. It's a tough pill to swallow. We're not going to act like Klay Thompson is not a future Hall of Famer. We're not going to act like Klay Thompson was not the reason for a lot of the success of the Warriors. And we're not gonna act like Klay Thompson did not bail their asses out of a lot of stuff when it came to a lot of important games, especially in clutch situations. We're not gonna act like Klay Thompson did not do his thing down the stretch, because there have been a lot of times, countless of times. Okay, and I'm not gonna make that video. I'm not gonna make this video about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna do that. So what we got to realize, man, is, guys get frustrated, guys get, upset, and Klay is a competitor, just as big as a competitor as Steph and as Draymond, and he knows that there are certain things that he cannot do anymore. Okay, but as far as Klay Thompson, having beef with Steph Curry, and him not shaking hands with Steph Curry because he believed that Steph Curry had snaked him and all this other stuff. I don't believe that one bit. Okay. We could try to flip it over and try to transform it and try to make it to what it is, because guess what, if they don't land LeBron James this summer, because from what I'm understanding is that the Warriors are going to keep trying to pursue LeBron James, then what are we going to say then? And Klay ends up staying. Okay, then we're going to come with another what they call it, a conspiracy, a conspiracy theory, and all this other bullshit. Okay, the Sixers were going after LeBron. They were going after LeBron and KD. LeBron was up for grabs. We're not going to sit up here and act like LeBron wasn't up for grabs. A lot of people wanted LeBron. There were a lot of people that were trying to get LeBron. Not everybody, but there were some teams that were interested. And I didn't even say anything about our organization, the Sixers, going after him, because I really didn't feel like it was. I felt like it would have been kind of stupid for us to bring a guy like LeBron there, because especially when we're trying to build around Maxey, who is our future. But anyway, that's on something else. Look, like I said, Steph is not that type of guy. Okay, and I don't believe for one sec that Steph would do his partner in crime like that. Because if anybody knows anything about Steph, on the court as well as off the court, this guy is a professional, and he conducts himself with good character. Okay, so I don't believe for one sec that Steph Curry would do something like that. But y'all let me know what you think. Leave your comments, like the video, share it, subscribe. Also hit the notification too. It's straight to the point, sports and entertainment. I'll get at you later.